Hi friends, I'm here again with another video on 100 days of code. In a previous video I talked about your source control management and how you can do branching on a basic level. In this video I'll be talking a little bit advanced on that, and I'll be talking about your branching strategy. I almost forgot the topic right there. I'm talking about branching strategy. So now, how do you do branching effectively? Now there's a strategy I use. It's called Git Flow, and it's one of the most used systems on earth today. So if you go to your favorite search engine and look for Git Flow, let me just open that up. So the overall idea behind Git Flow is you have a branch that is created out of the main branch. In this article it says master, don't worry about all that. Then you create a release from a develop branch, and this is basically the logic behind it. So let me bring up my whiteboard and show you a little bitty of that. So just give me a little bit of time here to get this up and running. My pen is here. So you have your main branch. All right. Out of this, you make a develop branch, just like you have done in the previous video. Then, out of the develop branch, you now start creating features. Say, for example, authentication. We branch out of this to create payment. You branch out the develop to create, what else? Cards. Let's limit to these three features. So each feature, it's a branch of its own. And then once you're done and satisfied with each of this feature, you complete that feature. So this is a feature, this is a feature, and this is a feature. You complete that feature, and then so you do a complete feature, then it's matched back to develop, and then you create a release from your develop branch. So you create a release from here, and then once you click on create release on your Git Flow tool, it goes ahead to match that develop into master, and then back merges that into develop, and then update your develop branch with whatever code you have running in there, and then you proceed and work on other features. So you start working on other features after you've back merged and created your release. There's also the process of doing what we call an hotfix. Say for example, you did a bad release to production, and then you want to quickly fix it. You can create an hotfix branch out of it. Now, most of the ways you do this is pretty complex if you want to go through the command line. So there's a little bit of tool that I use to make this happen for myself. Oh, sorry, I don't want MongoDB up. Now, so what I use Git Fork. It's a very nice tool that I use. Not Fit Fork, I mean Git Fork. Let's see if my search engine will get itself correct. Oh no, it didn't. So let me go ahead and search for Git Fork, not Fit Fork. Search for Git Fork. Oh no, my keyboard is doing some rubbish today. So Git Fork is what I'm looking for. Yes, I found it. So that is git/fork-fork.com. Fork. Alright, so I'll go ahead and download for Windows. Yeah, there's a version for Mac also, so I'll just download the free evaluation version for Windows here, and then I'll run it. So you will see how it will make my life easy, really easy to manage my branches. And this is a GUI tool that I use that makes my life pretty easy. Alright, so just a little bit of time. So it's done downloading. Let's go ahead and install that. And then the installer is starting up, I guess. All these installers that don't really give us UIs these days. But anyways, it will go ahead and install itself. Might just take a little bit of time. And my mouse tells me it's coming up. Yeah, I know stuff by my mouse. Alright. So that is almost ready. Yep. It's installing. And I think it's done installing. It's now launching. Now the sweet part of this is when I launch it, it would ask me a question that says, where do I mainly store my coding? So it will by default do a scan of that folder where I tell it that I store my coding and get all the repositories that are active in there so I could manage them from that terminal. So I just put in my username over here and then put in my email address. Okay, and it's asking me where I store my source code. I already copied that previously. Oh, I don't have the clipboard installed, so I'll need to find it manually. Not a problem, because I have it pinned to my quick access. Now, you see the benefit of pinning stuff to quick access? I can quickly locate my stuff. Now, that's the wrong email address, but let's leave it at that. So it's preparing Git Fork for the first run. That takes a couple of moments, but give or take under 1 minute, you should be done with that. All right, once that is done, it will open up my Git Fork interface. Yep, I got my Git Fork interface up. Now it's telling me the history of my most recent code changes. My initial comment was 12 days ago. Last comment was 22 minutes ago. My code is in GitHub. It showed me all that information in here. So what I can do is open up this specific repository. All right, let me just blow it up so it's visible to everyone. Right? So what I can do, you see I have my branches all set in here. Let me actually go to the main branch here. I've marked the changes already. You see over here. So I need to pull things down. So I need to pull from origin main. That's the margin I did in the previous video. You can check that out. So what I need to do now is go over here, repository, and what I'll do is I'll initialize Git Flow. So it has all the commands and stuff inside there to help me make my life easier. So I'll go to Git Flow and initialize Git Flow. Now it's asking me a little bit of question that what branch do I want to be my production branch? I'll set that as main, not master. My development branch is developer, which I already have. If I need to create a new feature, what do I want to call it? Depending on my team style, I could call it FT. Most folks actually use this, or they use this. It's all dependent on them. So I'll just call mine feature. I'll leave it as default. If I want to do a release, what branch should it create for that? If I want to do an hotfix, if I want to do versioning, I can set all that in here. So I'll just click on and initialize Git Flow. And then that takes a couple of moments to do all the structuring behind the scenes for me. And once that is done, I'm ready to get started with Git flowing. So just waiting for that to get rolling, It should be done any moment from now. Okay, now it's ready to go. So I'll click on my develop branch, and what I'll do is I'll start creating my features. Say for example, I want to create a feature for 00. What was the last thing I did? I did 004 the last time. So I want to start a feature called 005. So I just call that 005. And I want it to pick its changes from the develop branch. I could specify the branch it should take its source code from. So I'll just make it pick it from develop, and then I'll click on start feature. Then automatically it creates a feature /005 branch for me and checks out that branch. So once it does that checkout, I can start modifying my code. So I just wait for that feature creation bit to be done, and then you see here I'm automatically in feature /005. So if I go into my VS Code, my branch would have also changed to feature /005 down here. So I could start and create my 005 feature and add my file, and then put in my code. Oh, sorry, I was typing in the wrong place. And then modify the main readme file. I'll just do copy and paste over here. Okay. Right. Now that I'm done with that, I could come back inside here in Git Fork and I could make a commit of my changes if I wanted to. You see my changes over here. I could do all that in there, or I could do it also from inside my console. But to be honest, I don't do my commits inside here. I do them inside VS Code by default. I just do them inside VS Code. I could do that from GitHub Desktop also. So I'll do a git add. Now let's see what Git is bringing me. I think it will ask me to configure my global username and stuff. Okay, not a problem. I think when I opened up VS Code for the first time, I didn't close it and start it back. So I'll just close this up now. Not a problem. And then I'll go into my GitHub Desktop and finish these changes. So I would say I finished update 5. And then I commit this. Once I'm done with the commit process, Git Fork refreshes my changes, and then I can decide and say, hey, I've finished this feature. I could push this to the remote repository if I wanted to, which is fine. And I could now finish this up. So what I can do, right click, Git Flow, finish feature. And then I can tell it to delete the branches if I'm done working on that feature. Or definition of done is something else to be talked about another day. So I decide to delete the branches, which of course I'm very satisfied with. So I'll go ahead and finish that feature. So it will do a pull request by itself into develop, merge it if there are no merge conflicts, delete the branch, and check out development branch once I'm done working on that feature. So it's finishing all those things up by itself in the background. Now this is handy when you have large changes to merge into a particular branch and you're done, and then you want to go take a cup of coffee while this is doing its work. So, and of course this is a virtualized environment, that's why it's this slow. Normally on my system it's boom 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 and done. So it's finishing up this feature now, doing all its merging and stuff. It should be almost done now. And done. You see now, my feature branch is gone, and I have something new to push inside develop. So I could right click over here on my develop and push this to my develop branch. Okay, so I want to push this over to develop, just so I could have a version of it in there. So now I'm just click on push over here. So it finishes the push process for my develop branch. These things are most times faster than from the command line, so just note that in there. Now, when I'm done pushing this to develop branch, I will now create a release. So what it does for the release is it merges this to master, then pulls the updated version of the code that is in the master or main branch, and then merges it back with develop, and then I can continue working from there. Now it's asking me to sign into GitHub. Yeah, because this is a new environment, not GitHub desktop. Not a problem. I'm comfortable doing that. Yeah, I want to sign in on my browser. It's just completed our authentication process now in a while. Yep, authenticated. I can close this tab and return to my application. Okay, no problem. That branch cannot be resolved, not a problem. Push my develop branch, I'm good. So what I can do here is right click, go to Git Flow, start a release. It means I'm comfortable with this. So I'll call this v1005. Then I start the release. So I could start it from a particular branch, but I'll start it from develop branch because that's where my most recent changes are. So what it does, pushes this code, backs it up, creates a release branch. Then from that branch, it merges into main or master in your case, whatever is your default branch, then back merges that into develop. Then you can continue working from that going forward. So once I go to Git Flow finish release, it does that for me. So I have my release here. So if I need to do any configuration, I need to add some files, add some keys, modify some readme files, that is what I'll do inside here. Then once I'm done and satisfied with this, I'll go ahead and right click here, go to Git Flow and finish this release. Then I could put in my release notes. Good one there, guys. Let's go have fun. Now, of course, this is not a formal release note. So I could tell it to delete the branches and you see my term here, back merge into develop. So, but of course, this is supposed to be changed to main some days to come, I think, or weeks, I don't know. So it's almost ready now. It's doing all the deleting branches and committing, and it will do the back merging and then check out my develop branch for me. So you see how it's automatically doing the branching and the checking out and then bringing me back to my develop branch so I can continue my flow. That is why it's actually called Git Flow. So it helps you manage your flow in your source control management. So I'll just wait for this to finish up. So while we wait for that, if this is your first time on this channel, thank you for watching. If this is not your first time, thanks for always following my videos. Remember, give it a thumbs up, like, share with your friends, and you know what we do, stay devy. Just waiting for that to finish up now. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever on this series I'm doing, put them in the comment section below and try to watch the whole playlist so you get an understanding of where I'm coming from, why I'm introducing new concepts in the series. And it's taking a little bit of time more than I think it should, but it should be done any moment from now. This is the part that actually takes the longest time, to be honest, out of this Git Flow process. But it should be done any moment from now. And of course, my machine is crying for a change. And I know a refresh time for the year is coming, so I'm happy. I'm not sad. By the end of this week, I'll do the refresh. Just waiting for that, because this week is, sort of when work is dying down, so I can afford to do a little bit of bad stuff. So I now have to decide to push on all my code, all my changes. So I right click over here and push my develop branch. You see over here, I have 3 changes in develop, 2 changes in main, because I pushed in code from the feature branch, from the release branch into it. But because this has back matched into develop branch, you see here, because it's a back match from develop branch, I have 3 changes now in develop. You see how that flow makes my life easy. So I don't have to worry about git branch this, git checkout this, git checkout that. Git flow makes it easy for me. And with this GUI, I'm all set and ready to go. So if you have any questions, of course, place them in the comment section below. If you want me to make some sort of topic-oriented videos for this series, I'll do that also. And one thing I'm trying to do in the next couple of days or weeks is to do a learn code by practice series. So where I explain some concepts and I show that in some sort of project. So I've talked about some beginner projects you could write. I'll probably even work on some of them with you. I have some ideas in my head of things I want to build out, even though some of them are advanced. It relates to cloud and all that. But I'll try and find some simple topics where we can learn this together and work on it actually live. So it's be a live stream. I'll be working on it. You'll be seeing it, asking your questions live. So that's why you should subscribe, so you know exactly when I'm doing a live stream. And of course, don't worry if you can't watch the live stream. The videos will always be up and ready for you to watch anytime you got time to come on this channel and watch the video. So till I come your way again, I hope I've been able to help you with your development journey. If I have, please let me know by putting some comments in there below. I would like to hear from you. I'd like to know your thoughts. I'd like to know what you feel about all this series and things you'd like to hear from me. So till I come your way again with another video on 100 days of code, stay devy and keep rocking. I believe in you.